We good?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
This is regular meeting of the board, taking my meeting today out in ISD is now 5:32 PM on January 13, 2025. We have a quorum. Mr. Smith believes the pledge of allegiance. Mr. Crawford gives the invitation.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we ask that you help lead this board in making good decisions for the students and the staff of Taylor ISD. We ask that you look over them and protect them as they continue their school year. We also pray that you comfort those that have lost loved ones during the Christmas time. And these things we ask in your name. Amen.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the consent item and present the minutes of the regular board meeting, December the 9th, 2024.
Mr. President, I so move.
A motion by Mr. Smith, that's seconded. That was seconded by Mr. Skinner. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None, motion carries.
So, board members, this is your month. As you know, it's January. So you have a few things to pick up tonight after we leave out of executive session. Primary has made a coaster with the state of Texas and thumbprints. Aloe vera plant inside a clay pot. Elementary, you received a lamp with student photos on a lampshade. In middle school, I believe it's called Always Inspire Wood Print. In high school, there is a video that they've made. Athletics, there is a green tumbler cup. And child nutrition and school services, there's a tin box of candy and cookies. High school did make a video, so if y'all can watch and thank you for your
Taylor ISD Schools is great education. They are helping me prepare in college in challenging ways. I'm glad I get to be a part of the Tatum School District.
I'm Isabella, and I'm a senior with the Tatum Theater Department. I am truly blessed to have spent all 4 years in theater. And being at Tatum and being a part of the theater has made me want to become a theater director and teacher in my future. I have had many opportunities at Tatum, and I can't wait to go into the work experience.
Hi, my name is Hudson Olson, and I am a 16-year-old here at Tatum. I'm a member of the band, student council, and international club. So gain a lot of confidence, especially from doing things like marching in the band and stuff like that. It's helped a lot. Now I'm closing in on my graduation 2 years early, which I never even knew I wanted to do before Tatum. Not that it's bad. I realized that I have what it takes to get into the school. I've just developed a lot more as a person and gained a new sense of myself instead of the school district.
If it weren't for you, like I would have met my closest friend Savannah and the other 9 girls that are part of this team. And to Adam's fact, if it wasn't for you, I would have had my deep interest in photography. Tatum has given me both real life and distilled experiences that I've had to get through and overcome. Tatum provided me with friends and teachers like Ms. Buchanan to get through some of the hardest times of my life. Thank you to Tatum High School for preparing me for life after graduation.
ISD has helped prepare me for my future
by giving me the opportunity to be part of International Club. As Vice President of International Club, I have learned several valuable skills, such as leadership, communication, and teamwork. I am very thankful for Tatum ISD for giving me the opportunity to be part of this club.
Sam has prepared me for my life after high school by giving me challenges to overcome that to the best of my ability, both academically and athletically.
Tatum has given me the opportunity to graduate early so I can start my life.
Hello, my name is Kira Oden, and I am a senior at Tatum High School. As the co-president of fundraising in the National Honor Society, I have learned a lot about working with my peers to run an organization. Being a part of NHS has taught me about serving others and having good character. I believe that this leadership role has prepared me to take charge in a work setting. Tatum has given me numerous opportunities to succeed after high school, and I am truly blessed.
Sam has given me the ability to consider my options and discover my love for you science so that I allow me to take all the courses necessary.
Tatum has given me the ability to explore my options in life after school.
Thank you for all you do.
That's awesome. Thank you. That was great.
All right, I'm not done. I'm not done. It's my turn now. So many of you know that, or you may not know, that a school board member's job is quite tedious. It's hard. They got to study a lot, take lots of tests, go to conferences, go to classes, and everything. But in all honesty, your job is, you play a crucial role, not only in my work, but also making sure the district's up and running. It has what it needs financially. It has what it needs academically. And then just keeping me abreast of the ins and outs of things. So, wrote a little bit of something here. And if I got it wrong, I apologize. I think I got y'all pegged pretty good here. So, President Adams, you are our current longest serving member of 32 years. President Everester Adams has been a cornerstone of the board for over 3 decades. His extensive tenure reflects a deep commitment to the district, providing wisdom, continuity, and shaping long-term educational goals. President Adams has served as a board officer many times, including prior board president in the past, throughout his tenure. Mr. Adams brings a sense of calmness and reasoning to the board. He is a veteran that has seen the district through many growths. He has been part of many bonds passed in this district throughout his tenure. You can find his wife, Regina, is also very active in our Tatum Athletic Booster Club. There are many nights you can find President Adams and Miss Adams both in the concession stand working. President Adams stays informed with the public through his preaching on Sunday, as he reaches out to many of our constituents. President Adams has had 3 children graduate from Tatum ISD. Mr. Dennis Williams, 23 years, over 2 decades on the board serving. Vice President currently right now. You bring invaluable experience and leadership to the board. Mr. Williams also has served as board president and held other board officer positions. His long-standing tenure demonstrates his dedication to the district's growth and commitment to improving educational outcomes for all students. Dennis has seen the district as well as Mr. Adams pass many bonds. Dennis has overseen just about all the growth in Tatum, as Mr. Adams has seen just a little bit more. His business connections allow him to help the superintendent and the board connect with business individuals who can help the district succeed. Dennis is one of, I believe it's two, Miss Amy, only honorary members on the Tatum Education Foundation Board, one being your brother. Dennis has been a part of, like I stated, many bonds. Dennis has had 2 children who graduated from Tatum, and he has 2 grandchildren attending Tatum schools, which keeps him pretty busy attending their events. His wife retired from Tatum ISD. Ms. Kip Amy, 14 years you've served on this board, offers a solid balance of experience and adaptability. Kip has served as board president as well on the board, including other board officer positions during this time. Her focus on both strategic planning and practical solutions has been essential in maintaining the district's forward momentum. Kip has connections to the school community and has always provided the superintendent with sound guidance. She's an avid supporter of Tatum athletics. Kip has been a part of many bonds as well, passing in the district. She provides the superintendent with much needed information when requested or when she believes the superintendent needs to hear what is out there, so I can get ahead of it. Kip has one son who has graduated from Tatum, and she has many nieces and nephews that attend Tatum schools, and she's always attending their events as well. Mr. Crawford, you've served on here for 11 years. You've been a member for more than a decade. Your focus on fostering collaboration, ensuring that the district personnel and athletic departments are all succeeding. Matt also has served as board president and other board officer positions through his time on the board. Mr. Crawford's been part of bonds passing in the district as well. Matt also has his ear to the ground at all times to make sure Tatum ISD stays at the forefront of anything and everything. Matt is an avid sports attender for all TISD sports. Matt sports fine arts too as well. You can see him there and see him at many events around the district. Matt also gives the superintendent valuable heads up information when needed. Matt is vital for the upbringing of our little kindergartner and pre-K kiddos, as many attend his preschool here in Tatum. Matt has one son who's graduated from Tatum and a daughter who is still attending Tatum ISD. Our next longest tenured board member is Mr. Stephen Skinner with 10 years. He is currently our board secretary. He's a valued board member known for his thoughtful analysis of educational policies and business perspectives as they relate to the school district, and his consistent efforts to ensure that the district meet its budgetary goals. Mr. Skinner has been part of bonds passing in the district as well. Stephen has served multiple board officer positions as well. Stephen brings value to the board by the many new families moving into the school district by advocating for Tatum ISD, by being one of the top real estate salesmen in the area. He's brought many families to Tatum ISD by selling property in Tatum ISD. Stephen recently owned a family business that allowed him to serve many Tatum community members and employ Tatum students as well. His wife Allison serves on the Tatum Education Foundation board as well, and he has had 3 children graduate from Tatum ISD. Curtis Smith, 2 years you've been on the board. You were appointed to replace your father on the board, C. Larry. And happy birthday to C. Larry today. Your father served on the board for 15 years. He'd be proud of you. Kurt brings fresh perspectives while respecting the legacy of his dad's service. Despite his relative short time on the board, Kurt has quickly proven himself to be a dedicated advocate for the district's progress and serves as the board's unofficial social officer board member. Kurt is always quick to point out areas that need improvement, but only to make TISD the best looking district around. And I've always appreciated that. His father did that as well, as we all know. Kurt attends many of our athletic events in our district as well. Kurt has recently been part of the Vader we held in November. Kurt has children who attend the district as well. Over here, we have our newest member, Miss Erica Smith. Erica was appointed this past fall to replace her mother, Karen, who had served over 20 years, continuing the family's public service. Although she is in her early days on the board, Erica is committed to learning the ropes and contributing to the district's mission. Erica has young children that attend Tatum ISD, so she's well aware of the happenings around the district. Ms. Smith has been part of our successful Vader that was held this past November. Along with serving on the board, she's also an active member, as Ms. Adams is, on the Tatum Athletic, TABC, Athletic, I was one, Booster Club, I was like board committee. And Erica and her husband also have a business here in town as well. So together, this dedicated group of individuals have over 92 years of combined service, not including their months. They are experienced, they're passionate individuals who work collaboratively to ensure that Tatum ISD provides a quality education and prepares its students for success. In summary, a Tatum ISD school member is responsible for overseeing the district's operations, ensuring quality education, managing financial resources, and advocating for the district both within the community and at the higher levels of government. The role requires a balance of leadership, strategy, financial oversight, and community engagement. On behalf of the administrators, the directors that are here tonight, our teachers, our cafeteria, our custodial staff, and on behalf of the superintendent of Tatum ISD, we want to thank each and every one of you for your service. So thank you. We appreciate it. You can talk now.
All right. Reports.
This would be, Mr. I think we skipped somebody, didn't we, Mr. Fight? Where's Mr. Fight?
Right here.
There we are. We skipped you, didn't we? I just kind of jumped over you. I'm so sorry. We have our A+ employee.
We have just concluded our 36 weeks in December 4th, and we truly don't ever want to go to not recognize the employees that are going above and beyond. And tonight we have a recipient, Mr. Tim Ratcliffe, who works as a custodian at our elementary school. And come on up. He has gone above and beyond. They love him. We love him. He's been a great addition to the district. I can truly say he loves his job. And the kids love him, and he fits right in from donating money to making sure kids have what they need when they don't have. And that speaks volumes of people in a time like where we at now in this world. So for somebody to give what, and with a kind heart and open heart to kids who don't have. And that speaks volumes. And not only that, even going above and beyond with the little dribbles and little bumpers, making sure those things are out and setting up nets and things that's not a part of his job, but making sure it kind of ease the pain for those that are coming in, even when you're talking about all the heavy stuff. Of course, at those levels, we know that there's not many males. And at that elementary, anytime there's something to lift or hold up or grab hold of, he's always willing and able and always present. So I want to say on behalf of Tatum ISD School District, thank you for going above and beyond. And for that, a token of appreciation for you, bag to carry with you, and you put whatever you like in. But thank you for what you do and continue to be a part of our kids and our staff on those campuses.
Thank you, guys. That's a surprise, and like I said, I love doing it. Mainly for the kids, and then I like, help everybody out as I can, do whatever I can do.
And by the way, he's also a great painter as well.
Yes. And didn't we just hire your wife too?
Yes.
Not possible.
She's just a little under the weather today, so
I got you.
she couldn't be here. But thank you, guys. This is truly a surprise to me.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Mr. Miles, you're up. It's on the lease agreement. Thank y'all. It's just informational lease agreement.
Yes, sir. So, y'all are aware we're in talks with, Sabine Oil and Gas for a horizontal drilling underneath our property. I wanted to add this into the discussion, the specifics about the plot that comprise that 13 acres that we're talking about leasing. And so that's in there. What we're going to do at a later time is we're learning more about some policy, not just Tatum ISD policy, but TEA policy and Texas Natural Land Resource Code that we have to follow. And so discussion item was just going to be, putting those 13 acres out there, the plot, the tracks and all that stuff that are on that map. But that's the discussion part of this. Do you have any questions about that? We're still in talks, we're still negotiating. We've got some more advice on how to handle certain situations. Going through the lease with a fine tooth comb, there are some things in there that may need to be added, taken away. Again, we're going through some policy and we're going through, possibly what we need to do to make this right, make sure it's done right and legally. Any questions over that?
So there'll be no action taken tonight. So.
Thank you.
All right. And next we have Ms. Bree DeLay, our attorneys, coming to deliver the audit.
Yes.
You have before you a cheat sheet. I'm sorry. I'm not going to steal your thunder. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I'm Brianna DeLay. Everybody calls me Bree. I've been auditing Tatum, we're on year number 5 now this year. So I've seen all of your faces except for Miss Erica's new face. But this year has been great. We had even less journal entries than last year, meaning Brandon's doing an even better job, making my job a lot easier. He's just learning a lot. He's doing a great job of staying on top of all the new standards that are out, and we just work really good together as a team throughout the year. That's one thing our office does offer is open our policy throughout the year. We don't want to come in and knock you down for it if we can help you figure it out during the year. So you all should have an executive summary, and that's just kind of our little cheat sheet that tells you what all is in this big 65-page report on SwiftNet version for us. And so you should have all received also a draft of there it is on the screen, the audit report that went out with your board packet. But you received an unmodified opinion, which is the best you can receive, meaning you had no findings. And so that's what's on page 2, which is the actual opinion letter that states the important piece of paper that goes out. And then after that, on page 5, you have your management discussion analysis. That's where Brandon goes in and kind of breaks out what you guys did throughout the year and does some comparisons for us. It's kind of a quick overview of financials in layman's terms that makes a lot more sense. It's a good spot for you guys to actually read to know what's going on and what is planned for the future as well as budgets. And just big highlights of stuff that stand out in there. On page 12 is Exhibit A1, is the statement of net position. It's we're required to do this for governmental, and it's a full accrual basis. On there, there are lots of different types of assets and liabilities that are just governmental assets. So we have all of your capital assets that are on there, all your furniture, fixtures, and equipment, you can see that. But the main ones that the state requires that you don't always sell on people's balance sheets and income statements are the net pension liabilities and OPEB liabilities. These are numbers that we just get from the state. They are ginormous whopping numbers. It's pretty much just saying that your net liability for the pension as of August 31st is $4.1 million. That would be, if everything were to shut down, that's how much you owe people as of that time. We're hoping that never happens, and they're just big numbers we are required to put on there as liability. And then the OPEB liability is $6.6 million. And it's just important to remember that all of the districts have those numbers on their books. It's just, it is what it is. We can't change it. It changes every year. There's actuaries that perform major calculations that tell us what those numbers are supposed to be. Then on page 13 is the B1, which is also a full accrual basis. It's the income statement, like all government-wide. It's just a different way we have to present the information based off of like all the punching codes that they're required to put it all in. If you go over to page 14, that's where it makes a little more sense to most people used to looking at a balance sheet and income statement. It's on a modified accrual basis. It takes off all of those big government-wide GASB entries that are on there. And your general fund, which is like your main type of money you guys have in there, is at $5.8 million, which is $812,468 less than last year. And we like your general fund balance to be no less than 3 months of operating costs plus 1 month of special revenue funds. You guys look great. So that would be $4 million. Y'all are clearly over that. At 5.8, we're doing good with that. Y'all have always had a healthy fund balance, so we don't see any concerns with that. Then on page 16 is more statement of revenues, where it shows up like you ended up your revenues for every year expenses, $812,000. Page 15 and 17 is where we reconcile from those government-wide to the GASB-wide financial statements. It just kind of helps you show how we get from one point to the other. Page 18 and 19 are your student activity accounts. That's where your, all your clubs and everything are in there. Last year, y'all had $20,841 in it. This year, you had $28,928 in it. So pretty comparable. We are taking in money and giving out money, which is good. We don't want to see that rising too much because we want those kids that are earning those money to be getting to utilize that money. We just don't want to keep seeing that grow and grow. So we like to keep that in an even note. After that, your notes to your financial statements, a lot more detail if you need some light reading at nighttime, helps you go to sleep. And then on page 43 is your general fund budgetary comparison schedule. We did, the only one went over, once you get there. Sorry, page 43 is actual PDF, but of the, where did it go? Yes, there you go. This is where we compare your budget to what you actually expended to make sure that we didn't go over or under. We were making sure we account for that. The only spot that we did go over was in budget 34, and that was because there was an unexpected bus repair that you guys had that we didn't get adjusted on the budget for. No big deal, it wasn't that much, but will be noted as a little footnote in your footnotes. The schedule of delinquent taxes receivable, which should be coming up next.
Right.
It's 51. Yeah. Right, that's all your OPEB stuff. There it is. So your total levy for this past year was $8,896,281, which was a decrease from the prior year of $1,195,597. So was a decrease of that from prior year's $10 million. So y'all collected everything but $189,000. So that was really good. Y'all had a high collection percentage. The total uncollected for all tax years is only $821,000. So, y'all's constituents are doing a really good job on paying their taxes and getting them in quickly. Your national school and breakfast, the fund balance is $68,803. That's on page 53, sorry. I jumped on you. That one, y'all don't normally have much of a fund balance, which is a good thing because if you get too much, they require you to buy more assets. They don't want to keep building up. But you guys did have to transfer $111,000 over from your general fund. So might be something you look at in the future, possibly raising prices, just kind of keeping an eye on that. Depends on how much y'all want to transfer over from your general fund. It's kind of that fine balance between too much and not enough in there. Then if you want to skip on down to the compliance report on page 56. So this means when we had gone out, y'all get all sorts of state funding and federal funding, and we go out and we make sure that you comply with all the compliance laws, rules, and regulations that are out there on those items. And we found no material weaknesses in that. And then we also were considered low risk because y'all had no findings the past 2 years. And that's an improvement. When we first started, we were high risk, we had findings. And so the past 2 years, we've consistently had no findings, which is great. It helps lower the amount of testing that we have to do because the controls are working properly, which Brandon has worked really hard to get controls in place to make sure that we do catch those things before we catch them. And so that's really good. This year, your single audit program, which means it's your federal audit program that's required to be tested every 2 years. This one was child nutrition program. We found no findings with it. That covered 24% of your total federal program. So that one program was all we had to test this year. And then page 63 is what we call your SEPA, which is a schedule of expenditure and federal awards. You guys spent $2,822,000 of federal awards this year, which is a decrease over previous year. But the reason that's a decrease is because we didn't have all the COVID money coming in. We finally wrapped up our COVID money, so we'll see that decreasing and leveling back out. But this shows you how much each program was spent. And then everything was great. I was really great working with the staff. We had no problems. Normally I present at your December meeting, but you guys had the tax rate, so we started a little bit later, but everything went smooth. And then once we get approved tomorrow, I will submit to TEA and the Federal Audit Clearinghouse, and we should be all finalized and everything's good to go by Wednesday of this week. Anybody have any questions? All I need is a signature.
We're gonna have action.
Yeah.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the year-end August 31st, 2024 annual finance audit as presented? A motion by Mr. Crawford. A second by Ms. Amy. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ms. Bree missed her kid's first
I know.
game ever
Yes.
Oh, no way.
tonight, so
It's all right. He's 13. It's his first one ever, and I was like, Mama tried. He's in a video. It will be okay. But thank y'all so much. I'll have a good night.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be the song button.
Well, I think Ms. Thompson, you're up next. You want to talk to us about increasing expenditures, and I have not told the board the good news, so you can tell the board the good news about why.
Okay, well, first and foremost, thank you guys, thank you board members for all that you've done. I've only been here less than 2 years, and one of the big things I hear about this board is dedication. I mean, I know not much else, but now I see the dedication now that he's told me a little bit about your history, so they were telling the truth. So thank you again for everything that you guys have done and making my job easy, actually, when you do the things that you do. We were awarded, Tatum ISD was awarded $65,000 in equipment grants. We were awarded, it's from U.S. Department of Agriculture. They set aside $3.7 million for all the states, and it's a competitive grant. And there's lots of things that need to go through before they get our criteria to actually get the grant. They look at your free reduced prices. They see why you need the equipment, how old is the old pieces of equipment, and they put it in categories. And we were able to get 3 campuses new pieces of equipment. Now we want to increase the budget because that $65,000 they granted us, we need to pay for it, go through the whole process of our bids. And then once we pay for it and send all the information in, then they'll reimburse that to us. We have to have it all purchased and in place by August 31st before they can actually give that. So that's why we're asking for this $65,000 increase. We've asked for $25,000 for our a combi oven for our high school. It's a combination oven. It is a convection oven and it adds steam to it. So it combines steaming and cooking. Since we can't fry foods and sometimes when you do a lot of baking of the chicken nuggets or whatever it might be, they'll dry out. And so what this combination oven does is it will actually put moisture into the product. It also allows the food to cook very much faster. It gives a great quality of product. The high school uses that. They have one now, but when they went from 3 lunches to 2 lunches, they're having a hard time keeping up with the volume. And so when we put that in as one of the criteria, they granted in $25,000 for a combination oven for the high school. We have combi ovens at each one of our campuses, but there's only one, and the high school has such a great volume, and they're doing so many different new fun things that we want to actually add some more help with that. And so it was granted. There's a $30,000 for middle school, and that is for a steamer. Their steam, we've kind of repaired that steamer over and over again. One part works, the other part doesn't work, and it's a pretty old piece of equipment. So we've asked, and of course, they granted that for $30,000. The last thing we requested was for $10,000 for a reach-in cooler, pass-through cooler for the primary school, and that piece of equipment has been here since the building was built, and that's a long time for primary. And so they, maintenance department has prepared and repaired and prepared it to the point where we really can't safely keep food in it, to keep it cool. So it's a small reach in, so we just put everything in our main refrigeration. They need that on the line, so when they need to grab extra fruit and things, they won't have to go all the way back to in the kitchen to get those items. So again, this was a competitive grant, and anytime they say grant and free, I jump on it immediately. And so we are definitely going to get all that process done and get that money paid back in our budget before August 31st.
Ms. Thompson, been doing a fabulous job.
Oh, wow. Everybody talks about it. You're awesome.
I will say that my managers, my staff have been really doing well. I don't know if you know this, but we didn't get a food truck last week because of from Dallas, they called us like 3 days before and they're like, you're not getting food. And so we on purpose keep about 2 weeks of food on hand just in case there's a tornado or whatever it might be. And Nacogdoches, I was there during the Rita Katrina time, and we had to house and feed a lot of the people that came from that area. So I try to make sure we have enough food on hand for anything that might happen. So we had to change it, but we only put out 1 week menu for each one of our campuses just until we get our new our food in on this coming Thursday. And we have plenty of food, so we're doing well. They may not get all the fresh produce, but we are getting lots of canned fruit and things like frozen fruits and vegetables. So I will commend my staff for keeping up with that and actually doing a great job because you never know what's going to happen.
Motion. I need a motion to approve increase in expenditures in the food service fund 240, function 35, in the amount of $65,000. These funds will be reimbursed to the district from the National Student Lunch Program Equipment Assistance Rate.
Mr. President, I so move.
Motion by Mr. Smith, second.
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Amy. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? None. Motion carries. All right. Board now convening to a closed meeting Discuss the following item posted on our agenda this evening is allowed by the Texas Government Code 551.074, personnel matter. No vote will take place in a closed meeting. Any action the board wishes to take as a result, discussion in closed session will take place after the board reconvenes in open meeting. It is now 6:11 p.m.
Thank you all.